everybody, welcome to Math with Mrs. Lehman. We are here on Wednesday talking about lesson 16 from ratios to rates. So far we've watched a video on YouTube called Rady the Math Cat from Math Snacks. So if you have a minute, I would recommend going to that. I'll try to post a link below. We'll see how well I do with that. So today we're going to transition our understanding from ratios to rates. And it says ratios can be transformed to rates in unit rates. Example 1. Diet Cola was on sale last week. It cost $10 for every 4 packets of Diet Cola. For every... Alright, so how much do 2 packs of Diet Cola cost? So the first thing we can do is set this up as a ratio. So we have $10 for 4 packs. Now we've got to figure out 2 packs. Where would I put the info, or where would I write 2 packs?
Right beside 4 packs.
Very good. So you want to make sure those all align. Alright, so we're missing this info for 2 packs. So to get from 4 to 2, what do we do? Jasmine, I'm coming to you.
You divide by 2.
Perfect. So what is 10 divided by 2? Everybody?
5.
Very good. So our answer is $5 per 2 pack. 2 packs, not 2 packs. Anyway, so 2 packs of Diet Cola, that's for $5. Let's figure out the unit rate. So the difference between a rate and a unit rate is the rate could be whenever you hear the word per. So we still have the rate for 4 packs right here. It's $10 per 4 packs, or 4 packs, and $5 for 2 packs. But if you want to find the unit rate, that would be finding the cost for 1 pack. All right. So we need to look at this and figure out, how do we figure out 1 pack? What do you think, Jaden? Coming over to Jaden.
I think we should divide it by 2 again.
Okay, so we're going to take the $5 for 2 packs and divide it by 2. So $5 for 2 packs, we're going to scale that down to 1 pack. Alright, so to get from 2 to 1, we divide by 2, as Jaden said. And $5 divided by 2 is what? Who can tell me what $5 divided by 2 is? Tim, you know? Coming over to Tim. Very good. $2.50 per pack. $2.50. Alright, so let's write this down. $2.50. Now you may see it written with the word per, like this. Or you may see, like up here, where we see a slash, alright? They're both read the same way, and they both represent the word per. Any questions? Alright, one thing that has kind of changed from your 5th grade understanding to your 6th grade understanding is that we can now write fractions and call them ratios, right? The other thing that you may not know is when we see this line, I'm going to do this in black here. When you see this line, it also represents an operation. Does anyone know what operation that represents? Coming over to Kyle.
It represents division.
Very good. Nice job. Division. So did you notice for each of these, we're dividing? Like in this case, 5 divided by 2. Right? Up here, if we took 10 and directly divided it by 4, we would have figured out our unit rate immediately, okay? We would have figured out that it's $2.50 per pack. So that's what we're going to do as we proceed through this lesson. For the exploratory challenge, we're going to just use that division method. So Tegan went to Gamer Realm to buy new video games. Gamer Realm was having a sale. $65 for 4 video games. Is that a good deal, guys?
Not really.
Some people said it was a good deal. I don't know. What games? Huh. What if it's original Super Mario Brothers?
It depends how many of them are buying.
Lots of answers on that one. Okay, so he bought 3 games for himself and 1 game for his friend Diego. What a nice friend. But Tegan does not know how much Diego owes him for 1 game. So we've got to figure out what is the unit price of the video games. How much does his friend owe him? All right, what is the rate unit? We'll talk about that in a minute. So you always start a math problem with what you know. So far, what do we know?
That Tegan is buying 4 games for $65.
Perfect. All right. So we're going to write that down as a ratio to start with. So we know he's spending $65, and that's for every 4 games. Now we're going to convert that to a unit rate. We're going to simplify it down to 1, or as I said in the last example, we're going to use the operation that it tells us right there. What operation again is that, everybody?
Division.
Very good, division. So let's take 65 and divide it by 4. All right, how many times does 4 go into 6, everybody?
1.
1 time. That's 4. We're going to subtract and get 2. Bring down your 5. How many times does 4 go into 25? 6. Thank you for thinking before shouting out weird stuff. All right, so 4 times 6 is 24. Subtract, you get 1. Now, in the past, you probably wrote remainder 1. Now that you're in 6th grade, we're going to shy away from that. Every number has a decimal point, whether we see it or not, okay? We're going to pull out that decimal point, put it right there. And then after that decimal point is an infinite amount of zeros, and we can use them whenever we need them. So in this case, we need 1, because we need to bring that down. All right, 4 goes into 10 how many times? 4 times 2 is what? Yeah, it is 2 times. I'm saying don't hesitate on something like that. You know it. All right, so 4 times 2 is 8. Subtract, you get 2. We need another 0, so we can put that there without changing the value of that number. 4 goes into 20 how many times?
5.
5 times. Very good. So you can't just leave your answer like this. What would we say? What is the rate that he's paying? What's the rate he's paying? I heard from William yet. Go ahead, William.
He's paying $16.25 for every game.
For every game. Now let's say it like ratey, the rate cap.
So $16.25 per game.
Very good. Per game. So let's write that out. $16.25 per game. All right. Then the next part of this says, what is the rate unit? That simply means what unit do we label our answer. So in this case, the rate unit, let's write the rate unit, is, and that's dollars per game. All right, so in the video we watched earlier, the rate units he was talking about were gallons per week, price per pound, miles per hour, gallons per minute. Those would all be the units that he was using when he figured out the rate. All right, any questions so far? Yes.
Going back to the discussion about the game. No, never mind. It was gonna say it depends how many. It depends if it's the old original Mario.
I'm sure, yeah. So
Then, yeah.
we don't know what he bought, but we do know he paid $16.25, right? Per game. All right, let's move down to this question. A publishing company is looking for new employees to type novels that will soon be published. The publishing company wants to find someone who can type at least 45 words per minute. Dominique discovered she can type at a constant rate of 704 words in 16 minutes. Does Dominique type at a fast enough rate to qualify for the job? And explain why or why not. So we've got to, again, figure out if this place requires 45 words per minute to type. So in 1 minute, 45 words. Do we want to hire Dominique, who can do 704 words in 16 minutes. What do we have to do to figure that out? What do you think, Carly?
I think that we're gonna have to take divide 45 by 704.
All right, you said that kind of in the wrong order. So we know we want to find out words per minute. So we're going to take our words and divide it by the minutes. Yeah. And in this case, it was 16. So we're going to take 704 words. This is what we've been given. And that's in 16 minutes. So we want to figure out what that is in 1 minute. All right. So again, this line right here means division. So 704 divided by 16. Now some of you are saying, I don't know how to divide these double-digit numbers. So what you could do is say, all right, 16 rounds up to about 20, right? And 70, let's round that up to about 80. So how many times does 20 go into 80? That would be a good starting point to see if we can test it out.
It goes in 4 times.
Very good. So let's test it out. Let's do 4 times 16. All right, 4 times 6 is 24, carry your 2, 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So, would we be able to fit another 16 in there, or would we go over? We'd go over, so we want to keep it at 4 times. So 4 times 16 would give us 64. If you subtract, you get 6. All right, bring down your 4. We already did our math. That's why we don't erase stuff like that, okay? And that goes in 4 times. So, our answer is 44. 44 what? What's our rate unit there? 44 what? Carly's going to say that into the microphone because we have 85 fans running approximately in this class right now, so she's going to say that louder, okay?
Words per minute.
Words per minute, very good. So, we're going to write Dominique can type 44 words per minute. Now we have to decide, are we hiring Dominique? Does she qualify for the job? Can we hire her if she can type 44? No, a lot of kids are shaking their head no. So she does not qualify for the job. That pen doesn't want to write to him. For the job. All right. Maybe the question asked, how many words per minute away is she from qualifying from the job? If she didn't type 44 and they're expecting 45, how many, in this case, short is she? 1. Yeah, 1 word. Thank you, Hazley. 1 word per minute. Short. Too bad. All right, another way that you could have solved this problem, you know that the requirement is 45 words per minute. So we would want to, another way you could do this is multiply that times 16 to figure out how many minutes you got, because that would be the requirement, right? So for 16 minutes it would be, X amount of words. So let's do that. So we have 16 times 45. So in 16 minutes she should be able to type 720 words. She can only type 704, right? That'd be another way of saying, yep, she's not going to cut it. All right, any questions on that? All right, so again, what does this line mean? We need to do what operation?
Divide.
Very good, division. And yeah, that's about it. All right, let's move on to this next example. We are going to 2 different grocery stores. It says the Scott family is trying to save as much money as possible. One way to cut back on the money they spend is by not taking their kids to the grocery store. Just kidding. It says is by finding deals while grocery shopping. However, the Scott family needs help determining which stores have the better deals. So they're looking at the ads right now in the paper maybe, and it says at Grocery Mart, strawberries cost $2.99 for 2 pounds. And at Baldwin Hills Market, strawberries are $3.99 for 3 pounds. We have to figure out the unit price of strawberries at each grocery store, and then it says, if necessary, round to the nearest penny. Okay, so two places past the decimal point. So let's go ahead and find at Grocery Mart what they are charging per pound for strawberries. How would I do that? I know what about that. It's how much? Jasmine, I haven't heard from you yet.
$2.99.
Very good. She said quietly $2.99, and that's for how many pounds?
2 pounds.
2 pounds, yeah. 2 pounds. All right. So what do I need to do here to figure out 1 pound? What do I do to figure out 1 pound, Julius?
Divide it by 2.
You got it, kid. All right. So let's take $2.99. Divide it by 2. All right. 2 goes into 2 one time. That's pretty easy. 2 goes into 9 how many times? Everybody? 4, thank you. And that's 8. Okay, so I probably should have, we're done with that one. So that's 1. Bring down the 9. 2 goes into 19 how many times? 9 times, very good. So that's 18. Subtract, you get 1. I'm going to pause to take this phone call. I'm back. So we have a 1. We're not using remainders anymore. So we're going to put a 0 here. Bring that down. How many times does 2 go into 10? 5 times. So I'm apparently picking every different color to write in today. So once you have 3 spots past the decimal place, we can round. So we want to round this to the nearest penny. So you're going to have 49 pennies or 50 pennies. Which one would we do? People are telling me 50 pennies. So it would be $1.50 because this is 5 or above. We've got to give that 9 a shove up, and that would then bump the 4 up to a 5 as well. So $1.50 per what? Pound. Yep. So that's at what's it called? Grocery Mart. Let's figure out the price over here of Market Hills. All right. So Market Hills, they have $3.99 for every 3 pounds. All right, so let's take $3.99, and what are we doing to the $3.99? Dividing it by 3, very good. So 3 goes into 3 one time. Bring up your decimal point. 3 goes into 9, how many times? 3, and then again another 3. So we just figured out that it costs how much per pound at Market Baldwin. Oh, I should put Baldwin Market Hills. Baldwin Hills Market. Wow. Let me just erase this. Let me just write that correctly. Baldwin Hills Market. So we just figured out it is how much, everybody, per pound? Whoa, that was one kid. $1.33. All right, so $1.33 per pound. So for 1 pound, which place, it doesn't ask you this, but which place is cheaper? Grocery Mart or Baldwin Hills? Kyle?
Baldwin Hills.
Very good. If it asked by how much cheaper is it per pound? How much are you saving per pound by going there?
17 cents.
Very good. How much would you save if you bought 2 pounds of strawberries?
34 cents.
You got it. See, these questions could go in a lot of different directions. So you got to find the unit rate and then use that to figure out the next step. Let's go down to the next problem. If the Scott family wanted to save money, of course they want to save money, where should they go to buy the strawberries? Well, we already said they should go to Baldwin Hills Market. They should go to Baldwin Hills Market to save how much? 17 cents per pound. So again, if they're buying 1 pound, they're going to save 17 cents. If they buy multiple pounds, right, it's going to keep going up as far as the amount they save. Okay, we have a few more minutes. Let's quickly talk about your homework for this evening. It's on page 45. So, flip to that, please. All right. So much. You guys are kidding. All right. Angela enjoys swimming and often swims at a steady pace to burn calories. At this pace, Angela can swim 1,700 meters in 40 minutes. We want to find her unit rate. So we're trying to figure out how fast she can swim in what?
40 minutes.
We know how that's going to take her, how far she can swim in
1 minute.
1 minute. That's the unit rate when it's out of 1 minute, okay? Or 1 hour, or whatever the question is. In this case, it was meters in minutes, so it's for 1 minute, all right? What is the rate unit? Please hold that for just 1 second. All right, the rate unit, that's what we label it. So what would our, without doing any of the math, what would our unit be? Again, Rady the rate cat was saying things like gallons per minute. He was saying things like price per pound. Those were all the rate units. So in this case, what would the rate unit be? Don't overcomplicate it, guys. It's just what you label it. What would you label it?
We label it meters per minute.
You got it, kids. So what is the rate unit? Let's do this one together. So this is meters per minute. It's just asking you what we label it. What's the unit? Up here you have to do for part A, you have to calculate what that would be. How many meters does she actually go per minute? All right? You had a question?
Would you divide 1,700 by 40?
What do you guys think? Would you divide 1,700 by 40? Who says yes? Who says they have no idea? Who has no, or who says no? All right, so you guys were right. You do divide that. So 1,700 divided by 40. That's going to tell you how many meters she can swim in 1 minute. All right. Thank you guys for watching Math with Mrs. Lehman. I appreciate your likes. I appreciate your subscriptions. Please continue to stay tuned for any new updates, and please check out the link below to Rady the Math Cat, the cat who's great with rates. Have a great day, everybody. Bye. Bye. Yesterday.